This is the story about a skilled and very hard-working carpenter. He had his own company, manufacturing wooden furniture and construction material. Because of tough competition and the difficult financial situation, he had to lay off all the workers from his company. He never had imagined that he would have to go through something like that. He was very saddened by the events, but his wife supported him and encouraged him to not give up. She told him to keep his spirits high, and that it couldn't get any worse. But unfortunately, it did get worse. After a short time, he lost his beloved wife, and now he had to look after his 4 sons as well. But he was determined to do something for his sons and to honor his beloved wife. To cheer up his boys, he created toys from wood left over from the carpentry work. His boys loved their new toys, and so he got an idea: selling toys. He decided to give it a try. Fortunately, he had saved lots of working material from his carpentry work he could now use to make toys. Even though he was very skillful and had a good eye for quality, he failed to make enough money from his new business. After some time, one of his sons started helping him out with the work after school. Somehow they managed to keep up the toy production, and eventually people around them noticed the quality of their toys, and the word spread in the region that the wooden toys of the finest quality were being made in this man's workshop. One day, a toy wholesaler from another town heard about him. The wholesaler decided to visit the man and his workshop. When he saw the quality of the toys, he was truly astonished. The wholesaler placed a big order so that he could sell the toys in his store over the festive season. The carpenter was overjoyed that he had finally had some success, and that now there was someone who saw the uniqueness and the high standards of what they were doing. So he rehired all of his former employees and only used the best quality of woods to make these toys. They worked day and night to finish the work on time and had nearly completed the order, when suddenly, out of the blue, he received a letter that the wholesaler had filed for bankruptcy and wouldn't be able to buy the toys of him. Once again, the carpenter and his boys were devastated, but decided to stay vigilant and to sell the toys by themselves. Although he was a very good carpenter and toy maker, he was a miserable salesman. Too humble of a man he was to praise his toys and force them onto others, so the whole situation was very frustrating. But as it was too late to give up, he just kept on trying. Eventually, he was able to sell all the toys but didn't make nearly as much money as he had hoped for. But at least the father and his sons had made a little something and could afford to celebrate the festivities of Christmas. They were nearly broke but had a roof over their heads and enough food to eat, so they had a certain sense of hope and pride. As time passed, the carpenter kept on manufacturing and selling toys, but the toys weren't selling anywhere near as quickly as he had hoped. So he tried lots of different ways to boost the sales, but nothing seemed to work. Suddenly an idea occurred to him. Maybe, and only maybe, changing his company name would help him sell more toys. He started brainstorming and talking to his sons to come up with a good name. And finally, after lots of hours of contemplating and trying to find the right brand name, he opted for Lego, which came from the Danish words leg godt, meaning play well. For some reason, the name was an instant banger with kids and customers all around town, and the very same year, they made £3,000 selling toys and used that money to buy a milling machine. With the help of that machine, the quality of toys improved even further. But hills often go up and down, and so after this uphill, the hill went down once again. On a hot summer day, their workshop caught fire, and when the firemen finally arrived, it had burned down to the ground. All the drawings and toy models were burnt to ashes. So once again, fate had dealt him a bad hand. But he decided to go all in, for his 4 sons and his workers, and rebuilt his company and fought his way back into the market. Gradually, their company started running smoothly again. Now, Ole Christiansen wanted to do something challenging in the toy industry. He went to the capital, Copenhagen, to look at the new machine that had just arrived. it was a plastic molding machine. He was very impressed and decided to buy it after discussing its potential with his son. They started making plastic teddy bears and other animals, but Ole wasn't satisfied. He knew that his designs and ideas had huge potential. He kept thinking and pondering how he could make better pieces and designs. At the same time, despite creating high-quality toys, the sales dropped during summer, and the company had too many toys in stock. To overcome this problem, his son, Gottfred, decided to take a tour around the country to find distributors for their toys. It was a success, and while on tour, Gottfred met another toy manufacturer on a ferry he had chartered. They discussed the many challenges and opportunities of the toy industry. The toy manufacturer mentioned that the toy industry was lacking a system. This word system, and for some reason that line, stuck with Gottfred. He couldn't stop thinking about what the man had said. He discussed it with his father. He told him that their toys lack system, and that children were given ready-made toys. Furthermore, he said they should create toys that can strengthen the children's imagination and creativity. He finally came up with the idea of creating Lego system toys. Children could now build houses and vehicles from the Lego bricks. With the help of their new Lego system toys, children were able to learn about town planning, traffic safety, house building, and much more. This new initiative became a quick hit as children were loving it. Soon Gottfred started selling their toys outside of Denmark. Their toys became popular in other countries as well. Although the Lego toys were a hit, there was still a scope of improvement. The toys had some problems and fell apart too easily. Now, Gottfred wanted to find a solution so that the Lego bricks would stick together. He started experimenting with his toys and soon found out that Lego bricks had better clutch power with tubes inside, and now they were no longer just bricks, but an entire construction system with endless possibilities. This was the groundbreaking idea that created the Lego toys as we know them today. Unfortunately, his father never got to see how successful the little bricks actually became because he passed away too early. Another fire hit the company, and just as the first one burnt everything down. He had to make the best out of any situation and promised to never give up on his father's dream. He quickly rebuilt the company, and this time he decided to sell only Lego system toys and nothing else. This decision changed the future of Lego forever. Just like his father, believed that only the best was good enough, because children deserve the best. Since then, movies, games, and 6 Legoland amusement parks have been developed under the Lego brand. They have sold 600 billion Lego parts and have more than 19,000 employees worldwide as of 2017. One interesting thing to know is that a Lego brick from 1958 would still interlock with a Lego brick made today.